Have you ever seen it?
Have you ever seen?
Have you ever seen?
Have you ever seen?
Have you ever seen? Have you ever seen?
Have you ever seen?
Have you seen?
Hello and welcome to Have You Ever Seen? I'm guessing you've all got Sully fever because the Hudson Miracle on the Hudson event has just happened.
OMG.
We're talking about the biggest events of 2009. I'm Sam, your host, and first I'll be asking everybody, what have you been watching? Rob?
I'm glad you've come to me first because I'm the least prepared. I have been watching since the last time we were together, non-stop, Auntie Donna videos.
So last week
Back
I
to
recommended
back
Auntie Donna videos.
To back. So I've just stopped laughing.
Not funny anymore.
You don't find it funny
No.
anymore. It's killed it.
I'm over it.
Yeah.
Hang on and get Rob. We pause this because I've got a video to show you.
Honestly, I think it's you're always looking for funny videos, aren't you, on YouTube? And it is bloody hilarious. Like it is. I'm trying to be Australian.
It's bloody hilarious,
There you
mate.
go. It is bloody hilarious. I don't know. It makes you laugh, doesn't it? Kind of thing. I don't know.
Do you know what? I'm so glad we've got your intelligent comments on the
I think we should
subject.
tweet that at Auntie Donna.
Yeah.
Auntie Donna,
It's
it
just
makes you
like-
laugh, doesn't it?
Don't make
It's
yourself
bloody
do it.
hilarious.
Don't watch it too much because you just stop laughing at life in general. Just sucks your soul.
Too much of a good thing.
Well, like, because nothing's funny anymore, is it? Because Auntie Donna's funny, so then it's sort of raised the stakes, isn't it?
I feel like we're not
brought
funny.
it back.
We're
We
not
brought
funny.
it back.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. What have you been watching then?
Oh, I dropped the screw in the tuna.
See,
No idea
we've
what
got
you're
like a
about.
group YouTube channel, and I saw that was searched on there a couple of times, but I don't know what it was.
It's Keenan and Kel, man.
I don't know. I've got no memory of Keenan and
Do
Kel
you
bar
know-
orange soda.
Yeah, I remember watching it. I couldn't tell
I
you
don't think I've watched it for
specifically
about 20 years.
Oh man, it's not honestly. I've been rewatching
So-
Keenan and Kel.
On what?
On it doesn't matter.
Oh.
No, we're assuming the worst, but I think Alex has just gone out and bought every Keenan and Kel VHS.
VHS, yeah.
He's got a room
bought
filled
himself
with them.
a cassette player.
He's got the originals from the studio.
Honestly, like it's funnier now than it was when
Is
I was a
it
kid.
kiddie or is it grown up?
No, I think it's grown up, you know, or at least the child inside of me is.
What would you
very
compare
up
it
to
to? Is
the
it like a
front.
Fresh Prince style of comedy, or is it more
I think it's
Auntie
just,
Donna?
It's just like a funny version of SNL, isn't it? Like it's sort of like sketch
Funnier.
after sketch.
Are you gonna watch the Good Burger again?
You know, I knew-
Welcome to
I
Good
knew
Burger
this-
Home with a good
I knew
burger.
this guy, and he's the smartest guy I've ever known. And like he's like,
Well,
just-
guys,
he's like,
Whoa.
there's literally 3 of us here.
no,
Alex.
like honestly, he's on another level smart.
Stephen
And, like,
Hawking clever.
He hated films.
Can he move his head?
He hated films, and he never watched.
He's not that
films.
clever if he can't move his head. Stephen Hawking's brain was so heavy he couldn't move his head.
And he hated films, but the one film that he did see was Good Burger, and he quite liked it.
I don't think that's a sign of intelligence.
I don't know. It's just I
Hating films isn't a sign of it. I only read.
No, I did say.
I only read books.
I've
I've
got
watched
science.
Good Burger.
Okay, so
Right.
he gave the impression that he was clever.
Dostoevsky on Good Burger.
I'm not saying he was clever. I'm not saying he was clever because he didn't watch films or he didn't like
Oh,
films.
whoever you are, pal, you're a prick.
He's... Sorry, Ed.
Go watch a film.
No, like
That isn't
but,
Good Burger.
No, but Good Burger's. I wasn't a big fan of Good Burger, to be honest. I was
Go
like,
watch
whatevs.
Point Break.
Point Break sucks, man.
The remake.
I've been watching. I watched a film on Netflix called The Perfection, which recently dropped. I say recently dropped. By the time this has gone out, it will not have recently. It'll be on there for a few weeks. Check it out. Like there was an article on Slash Film or something. It was like horror films that are best if you go in cold.
Okay.
And it's-
Okay,
and it-
stop there.
And no, that I literally
I wanna
will.
be cold, I
And
wanna
it
be cold.
said, and he said, The
Cool,
Perfection's
Perfection.
one of them. Really great film. Don't want to spoil anything. I don't even want to tell you what it's about. It's not like the best film ever, but it's really interesting premise. Really unpredictable, unusual,
country is it
twisty,
from?
turny plot. It's an American film, but it feels like it was. It feels Asian. It feels like a Japanese crazy film. I don't want to say as far as like Takashi Miike type film, but it is kind of weird and crazy and sort of. If it wouldn't surprise me if it was a Japanese
Is it
remake.
long?
Then no, it's not particularly long. Yeah, it's called
With-
the. It's called
My
The
wife
Perfection.
hates horrors, so I have to try and putting
Yeah,
the
no,
munchies
it
to
is,
sleep
it is kind of a horror.
before I get tired.
Yeah.
So I've got to, like
Um,
you said, what was the one you said was 2.5 hours? The Suspiria remake.
yeah,
That's gonna take me
great.
2 watches, I think.
I know, I did it in 2.
I don't know, ruin it
It's
for that
the
way.
only thing about The Perfection. It stars the girlfriend from Get Out.
Okay.
You remember her? She's in it.
The one who likes to eat her Fruit Loops separate from her meal.
That's the one.
Because that is a racial symbolism.
Is it?
One of my students told me that. I was like,
Okay.
of course it is.
Yeah. Yeah. Sam
Sorry,
often
students.
is mentioning these students. Like, you might assume he's some kind of teacher. He's not. He's got a back alley cult.
I just stand on the street corner talking to children.
My students.
Tell me about the film Get Out.
But yeah, no, yeah. Check out The Perfection. Don't watch any trailers. Don't watch anything like. I mean, I say that for like every film anyway. I've not watched the new trailer for Midsummer because I'm really excited to see that.
It looks
I've not watched
awesome.
any trailers for Midsummer. I don't know anything about it.
Every episode's the same, Luke. Someone in the village has been murdered, and it's usually the vicar.
But no, like, I mean, I think we live in a world where we know too much.
Yeah,
I stopped watching Orange is the New Black a few years back, but they just dropped a trailer, and it showed no footage from the. It was specially shot,
Okay.
and it was just them singing the theme song or something. I want more trailers that are like that don't
It's
actually
finished,
show
Orange
you
is the New Black.
anything
They dropped
from
a
the
trailer.
trailer.
It's finished.
New series.
No, there's
Final series.
one
What?
last series.
Say
Finished.
what?
The last episode. Oh no! Come on! It finished really well.
Is
I
it any
don't know.
good? Is it good?
It's
Or is
good.
it-
Just
It's-
it ended
it's
in a way
kind
like
of-
they finished Piper off. Just get it done. I don't want to see any more Piper. I hate her.
It's kind of trash TV,
Yeah.
but it's good. It's alright.
It's no. It's good.
I
It's
watched
good.
the
It's
first
well
season,
done.
but
I got.
yeah.
But what was the last series? I couldn't watch it because Crazy Eyes does my head in,
Yeah.
and it started
Basically,
off.
if you didn't
very
like the first
crazy.
season, it's just more of the same. If you
Yeah.
enjoy it, it's fun. It's fine.
It's alright.
I like it.
Nicked for me.
I think it's
Yeah.
better if you don't watch it all in one go. Like you're doing, it's probably better. Because my wife and I just watched it episode after episode after episode, and I just got so sick of it.
Yeah.
But-
I probably won't revisit it now. I
Yeah.
kind of got
I
bored.
think it's a good show.
Yeah. What you been watching, Sam?
Like I think 3/4 of us, I watched John Wick 3.
3/4 of us.
Yeah, because Alex, I think you yet to see John Wick 3. You like to see films a little bit behind.
It's more of like a
schedule.
protest thing against the
Full representation of
society
dogs.
or
Against,
dogs
against the Continental Hotel.
against the Continental
You know what?
Hotel. I like the hotel. I think
A
that's
few
good-
reviews that I've either read or listened to have kind of said we don't like the Continental Hotel stuff. We don't like the. I love the world.
Yeah, everyone's like, stop
I-
the mythology. I'm like, no.
The mythology's the
it's great.
fun part.
Yeah.
If it was just John Wick killing people, I think I would get tired of it.
Yeah.
No, I love the hotel in the first
Yeah,
two. Like I think
it's
that was
good.
a really
Ian
great.
McShane is great as the hotelier.
Yeah.
His concierge, I forget his name. It was nice to see him get a bit of action.
Is that the premise of the TV show they're doing, The Continental?
Yeah.
Is
There's
it?
a
Assassin
Continental TV
Assassin
series.
Hotel.
What's
They're
that-
doing a Continental TV
What's that
series,
film
yeah?
that basically is Hotel Artemis? I've not
Hotel
watched that yet.
Transylvania.
There's Hotel Artemis.
I've not
Yeah.
seen that. I know the
Which
one you're on about.
just looks like the Hotel Continental, doesn't it?
But yeah, they're actually doing a TV series.
No, I think that's worthwhile doing.
But yeah.
man. I'd
They've
definitely
cast
watch that,
Brenton
yeah.
Thwaites.
Brenton
No, they
Thwaites!
have not.
Oh.
As a young John Wick.
Man,
No, he's
But yeah,
not.
life.
I don't know if we told you this, but yeah, my favourite moment of John Wick was that I had to move in the cinema because every single time a person got stabbed in the head in the opening sequence, a woman beside me kept saying, I apologise for swearing. She went, "Oh fuck!" every single time someone got stabbed. And after a point, there must have been 20 head stabbings. And I thought there's been a lot of head stabbings and head shootings in this film. I can't take this. It was like she was pressing one of those little
And
buttons.
the John Wick trilogy has got more kills than
Yeah.
Freddy. Then is it Freddy and Jason combined?
Yeah, I
There's a
think
lot-
so.
there's
The
a lot of
entire
things,
film
yeah.
altogether.
I had
There's
to
a lot
move
of kills.
seat because she couldn't be stopped.
Oh fuck! Stab it in the edge, you bastard!
I feel like she was dragged in by her husband, didn't know what to expect. Oh, it's a Keanu Reeves film, the guy from, what was he in? The Lake
Lake
House.
House.
And she just sort of
What?
stab
It's
after
great,
stab
well,
after
yeah.
stab.
Yeah,
But yeah, I had to move seat, but I'm glad I did because I got to enjoy it then.
I love John Wick.
Stand out for me, Halle Berry was really good.
Halle Berry was really good in it.
Yeah,
She was amazing.
Her choreography, her fighting,
Yeah.
you could see a lot of it was her. I thought
Yeah.
it was great.
And
I
the
think Halle
dogs.
Berry's
And
really
those
good.
dogs, there's some dogs, and there's
Yeah.
some animal kills which are
She
great.
took-
Like,
I mean-
animals being used to kill men. He uses horses,
Like-
cleverly and things.
John Wick
Jurassic-
just doesn't just go around killing pigs and things and chickens.
What weaponized dogs?
Weaponizes
Weaponised
animals.
dogs.
It's great.
Like sort of Vincent D'Onofrio dinosaur plan style
Pretty
weaponized
much.
dogs.
Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh
Just
snap!
attack dogs.
Really?
It's not
cool.
Very-
Vincent D'Onofrio did not invent the idea of. We literally domesticated dogs for that purpose, Alex. Like
No,
Like, it's okay.
Vincent.
You
like,
see a lot of
Vincent
D'Onofrio.
D'Onofrio did not come up with that idea just for raptors.
Vincent D'Onofrio.
Like, as
got
a,
this
as
idea
a
for
species,
dogs.
we've done that. That's
So that wasn't Vincent D'Onofrio.
that wasn't his idea.
Guys, I forgot to get you to introduce yourself at the start. Luke, do your best Vincent D'Onofrio impression and say, "I'm Luke."
I'm Luke. I need sugar. Water.
Alex.
I've got a deep voice. And I'm Vincent D'Onofrio.
Oh, I think we're talking about very different people here.
Rob, can you do a Vincent D'Onofrio?
Well, Luke and Alex's have confused me as to who Vincent D'Onofrio actually is.
Vanessa.
That's a good one. That's a good one. I like it.
Yeah.
I know who he is now from
You
that
know
one.
who he is now. He talks like this about Vanessa.
Yeah, he really overacts in that.
No, he's good. And I like him in that. I like
He's
him.
not good.
I like him.
he says is in a put on deep voice.
It's because he's kind of messed up in the head.
For goodness sake,
like-
bring me some super noodles.
Am I going to be the controversial one that's going to turn around and say, like, Michael Clark Duncan did not need to put on a voice.
He was
He
better.
was intimidating as the Kingpin.
Yeah, yeah.
Daredevil.
I thought he was a good kingpin, but I kind of liked Vincent D'Onofrio.
No, I did like
Yeah,
Vincent
He's
D'Onofrio.
good.
Yeah.
I like that there's a bit more pathos to him.
Yeah.
Pathos,
Yeah.
pathos.
So that's what I've been watching.
Yeah, nice and
good.
quick.
Good stuff.
Nailed it.
Good week.
Yeah.
is putting history at their fingertips is to find a cure. We're an army of criminals.
So, cast your minds back to 2009, the year which both The Miracle on the Hudson, starring Sully Sullivan, and the hijacking of a maersk ship starring Captain Phillips actually happened in the same year. And then Tom Hanks went on to star as both of them. Interesting little kind of...
I've not seen either of those films. I do want to see them.
Captain Phillips is better.
Yeah,
It's
Captain
the one
Phillips is
if you
way
watch
better.
either, watch Captain Phillips.
I'm getting confused. Hang on. Miracle on Hudson.
Sully.
That's not
Sully.
the one where... Okay, yeah. Which is the one where
Hudson Hawk.
Denzel Washington flips a plane upside down?
That's Flight.
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 Yeah.
Different things.
I inverted the bird and parted to a stone.
Oh, that sounds like something else entirely.
Captain
doesn't it?
Toboggan. Barack Obama was inaugurated as the 44th President of the United States.
Yeah.
Michael Jackson died.
Oh, yeah, I remember that. Where were you when Michael Jackson died?
With you?
I was with,
In the Posada!
Yeah.
I was with
Yeah.
all of you.
We were all together when
Yeah.
Michael Jackson died. Oh, isn't that sweet? Where
That
were
was
you,
a
Sam?
that was a good day.
I don't
Yeah.
remember.
Sam doesn't remember.
I wasn't invited.
No.
To the Posada?
Well, no, it was a night that we wanted to have fun, so we didn't invite
I
him.
know. Fair dues,
Yeah.
fair dues.
Wasn't
Yeah.
Sam meeting his wife?
Yeah. Yeah.
Not my wife.
So
I've
your
been
wife's
inside.
either, or
My first wife.
Well, we're in 2009, Sam. She's not your wife yet.
Um,
She's just some skank.
I hope she's not listening to this.
does she listen to
Don't
the
worry,
podcast?
Ellie doesn't listen to this.
and the Large Hadron Collider resumed operations, so we may be able to go back in time to 2009
Resumed. Why did it stop?
Yeah.
because
It
they opened up
formed
a
a big
wormhole. They opened up a
Dominic
wormhole
Toretto
that allowed
came
Dominic
out.
Toretto to catapult himself into the future. So 2009 was a good year for some, a bad year if you were later to be played by Tom Hanks. What were your favourite films of 2009 was the question we decided to ask. Luke, you went last time, so what was your
Yeah.
favourite 2009 film? Have you got a
I'm
favourite?
happy to start with this because I'm really cool every year, and I think it's been probably for the last 12, 13 years. I've done an end of the year top 10 list, so I went back through my emails because this is before I posted them on other social media formats and actually emailed people. And I found my top 10 from 2009, so I'm going to revisit it, and I don't really remember the list either, so I'll go through it with you and see what we think. So at number 10, I ranked them as well. I don't do that anymore. I don't rank them. It's too hard.
It is too
I just
hard to
choose
rank.
10.
So choosing between your children,
It
innit?
is. It is. I
mean-
can't do it. But 10 I put Moon, which is an amazing film. I love Moon. Like,
With,
have you all seen it with Sam Rockwell?
So I haven't seen it now.
It's a great film.
Oh, have you not?
No, no. My brother keeps telling me to watch it,
It's
so I
brilliant.
keep not
Watch
watching it,
Yeah.
just to piss him off, kind of thing.
Yeah.
Great. Moon's great.
Great performances from Sam Rockwell. Great story. Again, I'm thinking about like the perfection that I said earlier. Going cold if you can. 10 years
yeah.
later.
Yeah, it's much better.
Like
going
going blind, but Moon's
Kevin
strong.
Spacey does do a voice. Maybe going back, maybe he will.
It's 2009. It's fine. He's done nothing wrong.
Kevin Spacey did nothing wrong.
Sorry.
He had.
He's
but
not been
no
caught.
One, no one knew.
It's fine. Number 9, Star Trek.
I love
I think
Star
that's
Trek.
you know what
love
that was
Star
such a
Trek.
surprise
Yeah,
that
yeah,
year.
Yeah.
Like I did not expect to like.
I thought that was a great film. Every
yeah.
time I watch it as well, like I forget how good it is, kind of thing. It's kind of that film when you watch it, And every time you watch it, you think, actually, no, this is an amazing film.
You know what? I remember vividly. The first thing I said to someone as I came at the cinema was, "Damn, he should have directed a Star Wars film."
Ryan Johnson.
JJ, no. Yeah, I remember watching Brick, thinking, yeah.
Brick's a good film.
So Star Trek I had as number 9. Number 8. This one's a bit more obscure. Repo, the Genetic Opera.
Okay.
Is it the
No,
film
no,
or
no.
the shadow cast?
It's the film. So I like musicals anyway. So this is a rock opera about organ repossession. It's a bit of a mix of Rocky Horror and Saw with some pretty good songs in it. It was straight to DVD.
Like human organs, not
Human
piano.
organs. So it's a future where, like...
You're not happy with your chin, Alex.
That's not an organ.
You could get a new chin, but if you don't keep up on payments, me and
Yeah.
Luke are going to come around and hack it off.
Yeah.
Oh,
So,
dude.
so if you need a lung transplant or something, you can get it really easily.
But you gotta make
But if you
payments.
fall behind your payments, then they send out the repo men, and
It's a
they take it
thankless
back.
job.
Oh, for
but
real?
someone's
This is
got
the
to
plot
do
of
it.
the
This is the
film?
plot of the film, and it's a musical.
Oh
it's
my-
great.
It's
and
good.
It's a gory sort of
Sugar.
horror musical starring Giles from Buffy.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah,
He's weird,
yeah,
isn't
he's
he?
great, and the little girl from Spy Kids. Really good film.
I'm gonna check
good
that
film.
out, man.
Yeah,
Right.
we did actually. The Lighthouse did a performance of it a few years back. There was
remember.
a group of kids who did a shadow cast, which I'd never seen
Their
before.
costumes are amazing, actually.
They made some costumes, and basically they stood in front of the screen while the film was on, and they just mimed along to it and acted along to it.
I've never heard of that
So,
concept before. But
I
think we should do it.
suppose it's kind of like Secret Cinema. Do it.
Yeah. Have you
Um,
seen the new one, Stranger Things?
The new one, Stranger Things,
This year,
Secret Cinema.
2019 November. Yes, Stranger Things in London.
Like the first series.
I think so. Yeah.
That'd be interesting.
That'd
I
be cool
really want
make.
to go to a
They'd
Secret
basically-
Cinema.
They'd make the top and the upside down, wouldn't they? It'd be quite
Yeah.
cool.
Like
expensive.
Halloween Horror Nights did last
Yeah,
year.
pretty much.
I wanna do that as well.
Quick question then.
Yeah.
Which film would you shadow cast? You're going to
Uh,
dress up as the characters and perform in front of it?
Deep Throat.
Caligula.
I'd like to see all of us do Fate of the Furious.
Yeah, I don't know.
Alex is Dominic Toretto. Rob could be
Tiny
Ludacris.
version.
Just walk around and act out a film in front of it. Rocky'd be a good one to see shadow cast. wouldn't
Yeah,
it?
like rock, with actual boxers.
Actual boxers.
What about
Or
the
dancers.
mask? The mask,
Like you put-
yeah, like you know, there's a
Buried?
Oh, no,
I
Is
wanna-
that, is that in your list? I
No.
thought you were getting back to your
No,
list.
no. I'm saying it, we just lock some up in a box.
King of Kong. I would shadow
Yeah,
cast
okay.
that.
Yeah, I'm not
Actually
good enough.
have Steve Wiebe come in and try and break his record while the film's on.
Yeah.
I think it's like a 6-hour game, isn't it, when you play it?
Number 7, I had the Hurt Locker.
You know what? I didn't have that in my top 10 at all.
Really?
I like
Do you know
that.
what?
And it dominated the
I
awards
loved
that
it at
year.
the time. It dominated, but I've not watched it since.
No, I
I'd
started
like
watching
to-
it. It's all right. I don't think it's
Yeah.
as good. No, but I think other stuff's come since. That
It's
feels
interesting
less fresh.
seeing what, in the past 10 years, what's kind of stuck in the sort of cultural
that's the best way to judge
zeitgeist.
films. I think.
Yeah. Number 6, Transformers 2.
Oh.
Right. This is my favourite Transformers film out of all of them. And I don't know what the hate
I
is
think the
about
first
it.
one's the best.
They're
one.
all a bit cack. And this is my favourite one. I saw Bumblebee recently as well, but this is still my favourite.
Transformers 1 and 2 were alright, and then was it Dark Moon or something?
Oh
Number
yeah, it was.
3? Like, yeah.
They lost me.
Which one
yeah.
had the Constructicon
2?
in it? Was that the second
Yeah,
one?
I like that one. I like the Constructicon. It's cool.
I like that
Um,
bit of it.
Number 5, Avatar.
Okay.
I
had
think
on
when
my
you saw
list.
it when it came out in 2009, you saw it then. It was revolutionary.
I think
for 3D.
even then I've put, because I even put a little blurb on this. I did a little review, right? So I even put then one of the best experiences I've ever had in the cinema. Not quite T2 or Aliens or Abyss, but definitely another classic. Probably not another classic. I'm
don't
gonna have to
think
see
it's
this a
aged
few more
well.
times whilst it's in cinemas, methinks. So I think even at the time I realised it was one of those. It was, you had to be there. It's,
Yeah.
it's an experience because it really like
It's the best.
you can't
3D, it's the best I've seen
undermine
3D.
the movie going experience of it. It
No,
was
like-
it was
It's
impressive.
the best 3D film.
I think that's fair. I think
If
that's
you've
fair
seen
enough,
3D.
but I don't know.
I can't
No,
see
I-
it in 3D.
Yeah.
I've never sat down since and thought, oh, I'm gonna stick Avatar on.
Yeah.
Ever.
Came on the other day and I turned it off.
Yeah.
It's not one of those.
Okay.
It's not like it's not one of those films. It's
It's
not
not,
one of
it's not one of those foods that fills you up.
exactly.
Feeds the
yeah.
soul Avatar,
Fills
doesn't
the
it?
Yeah.
soul. Number 4, Let the Right One In.
Great
I
film.
went for great film.
Is that the
Nothing-
English one?
No,
That's Let Me In.
that was
Swedish
Let Me
one.
In.
Was
Yeah,
that
Let the Right One In.
Okay, cool. The English one wasn't that good.
It was not very good.
Really impressive performances by the
No.
kids.
They pull back on the creepy elements of kind of the age
Yeah.
difference and things.
Yeah.
and
The
Let Me
Swedish
In.
one was good. I
The
thought.
Swedish one's
Yeah,
so
yeah.
dark. Yeah, it's great.
I watched the English one first. I was like,
What?
this is-
Did
yeah,
you?
Yeah,
That was interesting.
Yeah. And then I
Yeah.
was
Did
like,
you
this
realise?
is crap.
Did you even then? Did you think the Swedish one is way better? Then
Yeah, yeah. Well, even then
Before
I was
even
like,
seeing it.
I know.
I
The
mean,
Swedish one's
when
better.
you watched it the opposite way around, do you still think? The
Yeah,
Swedish
yeah.
one's better.
Like
Yeah.
I just watched. I was kind of watching the Swedish one second makes the English one look even worse than what it
Yeah.
was. Like
I never thought the English one was that bad. It's just
Not bad.
in
it's just
comparison.
comparatively, yeah.
Well, it's just, I don't see the point in most of. I don't see the point in remaking a successful
Yeah.
foreign language
Just
film.
dub it.
No, I
Yeah,
don't. Yeah.
You know,
Just dub it without a time's mouth, or just subtitle it. Like most
you
people
can't be
see.
bothered to read subtitles. Then
Go home.
go home. Yeah, go home.
Go home.
Yeah.
Number 3, I had District 9. Which
3 for District 9.
It's amazing.
I think that can go up.
I love District 9. You know what? The only thing really I'd change about this list is I'll just scrap the numbers. I'll do what I do now. I'd
Yeah.
have 10 films that I love from this year because District 9, fantastic. Number 2, it's probably a bit higher than it should be, but I love it, was Crank High Voltage.
Great film.
No,
'Cause it is amazing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
2009 was a good
Yeah.
year. I want to go back to
Yeah, yeah.
2009.
Like, it was just fun. It was absolute pure adrenaline.
If you love action
pure
films,
fun.
you can't really argue with
No.
Crank being in there.
And number 1, you know what? I don't know whether it is still my favourite from that year, but it is still an amazing film.
I'm going to guess, was it The Wrestler?
The Wrestler. Yeah, I went for The Wrestler that year. Absolutely great film. Mickey Rourke,
Career
right
best.
at his sort of career return, sort of high
Yeah.
before he vanished again. But yeah, I mean, there was some honourable mentions. There was Gamer, Drag Me to Hell, Fantastic Mr. Fox, Up, Ong Bak 2 came out this year. And I made a note of saying Terminator Salvation came out that year, which was a big pile of shit, and I hate it. But that was my list from 2009, and you know what? I stand by it. Screw you all. Get off me.
Like
me
whatevs, man. Jesus
Yeah.
Christ.
I'd need to go back actually and sort of see what's come out and see if anything in the past 10 years.
I don't know if it was.
It's a animation. Coraline.
Caroline.
9. Great film with the little voodoo doll things.
Was that 2009?
Fantastic Mr. Fox. It was a great year for animation.
Yeah.
I didn't like Caroline that much. I remember
You don't like Rob's fiance, Caroline?
Ah,
Oh,
dude.
controversial.
Well, they're not fiancés yet. It's 2009. She's just a skank.
I don't know if it's just like the overlap with the UK US release dates, but you didn't mention Inglourious Bastards.
Oh, snap.
2009.
Film.
Yeah, you know what? That'd be on the list.
One of our villains.
Amazing.
Possibly. We haven't released that yet.
Rob, you've got your list from that year.
I've got my list.
What have you got? What's different?
And mine changes. I've done a list. My list that I did in 2009 compared to my list that I do now.
Okay, yeah. Interesting.
So 2009, I had Watchmen at number 10. Now it's not even in the top 10.
How about you guys? What do you think of Watchmen?
I thought it was awful. Like, I thought it was... I came out of the cinema and I was like, man, I just wish I just watched a film version of Watchmen where they just did like the 1930s stuff, like the old days, because Zack Snyder kind of made it look like, wow, those were really good old days, you know. And then we went into this dystopian world and it didn't work.
The
for me.
opening sequence, no one can argue that it was a stroke of genius.
done,
It
yeah.
was really well done, and he's a visual filmmaker. That's the thing with him, but he
This
can't
is
do
sound
anything.
really, really kind of like a difficult thing to do, but I really recommend watching the director's cut version, which is like an extra half an hour on top of the ridiculously long film.
I will be watching Sense8 and Teen Titans before I watch.
Yeah!
Yeah.
But no, honestly, I don't mind it. I think it's all right.
Now, I tried watching it again, like, not that long ago, only a few months ago, and it's just hard.
I think
It's a struggle.
I think
yeah.
Zack Snyder is a director who's got no imagination whatsoever.
No.
So if you give him a book, he will remake it word for word. And with Watchmen, he does try to remake it word for word, but with his dark aesthetic that he seems to like, which is skin tight suits on top. That's all it is.
Michael
Really.
Bay gets so much flack, and I don't know why Zack Snyder gets away with this sort of stuff.
See, Michael Bay, I think actually has got. I'd say he's an auteur.
I think he's one of the best at what he does. You know what I mean?
He's good at what he does.
Like The Rock or Owls of Gahul. Do you know what I mean? Like, come on.
No, Michael Bay's, like, I like most of his films. I think they're pretty...
Yeah.
You know you're going to go in and you're going
You know exactly what you're gonna get, and you know it's gonna be big, explosive. I mean, look how good Bad Boys 1 and 2
Whereas
are.
when you watch a Zack
They are
Snyder
classics.
film, you know you're going to walk out of it thinking...
Is it Schneider or Snyder? I thought it was Snyder.
Schneider.
And you're like, you think he's
you were
like Rob
thinking
Schneider's
Rob
brother.
Schneider, who's Juice Bigelow, male gigolo.
And
That's
the,
not bad.
the animal.
What year was that?
The animal.
Yeah.
Good film.
Yeah, with Zack Snyder, you know you're going to walk out like wondering what he's going to say about his director's cut version or something in it, kind of thing.
The Snyder Cut doesn't even exist, does it?
Who cares? Who cares?
I don't care, yeah, no one cares.
The film's a turd.
Yeah.
The trailer for the new Watchmen series looks really good, actually.
It looks alright, yeah.
Although I don't think I want to watch it because
No.
it's from the writer of Lost, isn't it? And
Yeah.
Prometheus. So
Well, he writes a couple of good episodes and he just doesn't ever have an ending in
Yeah.
mind, does he?
yeah,
That's it.
Watchmen. So
So that's not in my
No.
current top 10.
No.
well done.
Number 9, Up.
Yeah,
Good
great film.
Great film.
Makes you
Can't criticize it. No, great.
Number 8, Drag Me to Hell.
Boom. Yeah, love it.
Fun, but I don't think it's a classic for all time. It's fun.
I think the name of the film's better than the film.
It's a good modern horror film.
Yeah. I just
I-
don't think Sam Raimi's quite as good as people give him credit for. He's fun. I love his films, but I don't think he's a masterful filmmaker. He's just a fun filmmaker. I'd
Yeah,
watch his
he's
films
fun,
every day,
yeah.
but he's fun, but I don't think he's a master.
What do you mean by master?
Like, I just don't
Do you
think...
think
I
we're
don't
some sort of
think-
Star Wars?
We're going back to Sam's film cult here now, aren't we? He's not one of the masters, is he? Is he, my children? Yeah, no, he's great. Yeah, I wish he'd stick around. Like, it was nice seeing Sam Raimi go back to that sort of gory,
Yeah,
nasty
yeah.
horror.
I think he's better at
I wish
doing
he'd
that.
stuck there. Low
Yeah.
budget horror, made a few more since in the past decade. What's he done?
I think he's just
Wizard
chilling.
of Oz,
He's chilling.
No.
didn't he? I don't remember. I was Great and Powerful. What else has he done?
He's produced a lot of stuff.
Yeah, shame.
I think he might have ran out of imagination. I think he's run out of ideas.
Yeah.
Been hanging out with Zack Snyder too much.
I think that Zack Snyder,
Zack Snyder was a master.
he's one of the masters.
I think it's tough though, isn't it? Like when you're a director and you make something like Darkman, which is so amazing.
Or, you know, Evil Dead, like he's famous for. Yeah.
Oh yeah, Evil
Yeah,
Dead, of
yeah.
course. Well, that is it's kind of like a curse, isn't it? Evil Dead, because it keeps coming back around, and Evil Dead, you can't.
He came out
Yeah.
the gate strong.
Yeah,
Not
yeah,
many
yeah.
filmmakers come out
Yeah.
with like
He's making
their best film first.
I read something about he's making another Evil Dead without Ash.
Yeah.
I don't know if that'll go well for a Sam Raimi version.
I don't know.
Anyway,
Bruce Campbell's the heart of
what
it.
else is on your?
So I had The Wrestler at 7, which we've mentioned. Moon, 6. I had The Soloist at number 5. with Jamie Foxx.
This was in the days
and-
of, I think this was like
The Ray
the
Tolls.
death days of MSN. Rob had the name The Soloist for a year before The Soloist
I
came
think
out.
I think it was longer than that.
And I
Yeah, I
part
feel-
of me
I feel
just
like you-
suspects that you had to put it on your list because you put so much into that film being good before you'd seen it.
I really liked it. It was an
think it was-
emotional journey.
Hugely average.
that
Was it Robert Downey Jr. with
Jamie
Jamie
Foxx.
Foxx. Yeah.
Yeah.
I never saw it.
Nothing in
Is it
my
the
heart
Ray-
ever
the
made
Ray-
me want to watch it
It's
again.
not the Ray Charles film.
No, it's about he's like a homeless
Oh, okay,
saxophonist or
screw it.
something.
Oh,
Is he a
I think I've
saxophonist?
seen it with Robert Downey Jr.
Yeah.
It's really average.
I've very much forgotten about it.
It
Like,
kind of
In the
ties
past
into
10
that.
years, it
Yeah.
didn't.
I think it kind of ties into that The Blind Side, white savior kind of thing.
Yeah.
We're getting racial.
We're going racial. I think that's what it is. It's just kind of that again.
Number 4, I had Where the Wild Things Are.
Good.
Okay.
I enjoyed that, but I don't.
I didn't love that.
I've not seen it again since. I
Who
don't-
made that? That was
Spike Jones?
Spike Jones. Was it Spike Jones? Yeah. Looks great, but I felt like that should have been a film that kids could enjoy, but I
It was
came out of it,
terrifying, I
and it was
think.
not a film that it wasn't.
I think
particularly
kids- I think
scary. It just had a really like boring tone to it.
Yeah, I think it was a
all the
bit dull,
way through.
and I think kids would find it scary or dull.
Yeah. And
And I think
I
if
was
you
a bit
know,
disappointed.
today I was in H&V and I saw the Goonies on the kids shelf, and I'm like, that film would, like as a kid, that film messed me up, so I was terrified of sloth. But I was thinking, you know what, it should be on the kids shelf because kids would find it so fun.
Yeah.
Like my dream was to go down the slide and find that pirate ship and things.
Exactly. It's for kids.
But I think
But
where the wild things are, I think it's more of an adult indie hipster film.
Do you know one of the great lost sort of Disney projects is they were going to do Where the Wild Things Are as a 2D stroke sort of
With Morris
Animation.
Sendak's animation,
and
That'd be
with
great.
with their own Disney sort of it was Disney's own style, and they
Would
did
they
it-
not? I think
they
did
did
it in
it
his animation style.
when
his
they
drawing
did
style.
they started using CGI backdrops, you know, like in Beauty and the Beast when it's the
Yeah.
big ballroom, and it's that with a 2D sort of animation overlaid. They did a bit of a test for Where the Wild Things Are. I think it's on YouTube. I think we could put it in the episode.
We'll link it. I've not seen it.
Yeah, we'll put a link in. And it's great. You know, it shows you what a Where the Wild Things Are movie could have been if Disney had had a stab at doing it, and it would have really worked. It looked great.
We'll
This
link it
little-
alongside some Auntie Donna stuff again.
Yeah. That's it.
And maybe some Keenan and Kel videos.
Yeah. Drop the screw in the pooch.
We still boys, right? Like no,
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
I had District 9 at number 3.
District 9, yeah.
Great.
District 9.
Let the Right One in number 2. And that year, I was guilty of falling into the Avatar hype. So I had Avatar at number 1 in
I don't know if
2009.
anyone's ever Googled Avatar guy, the guy who's got something like 21 Avatar tattoos. That's actually Rob.
That's me.
He's
yeah.
got 21 different Avatar tattoos.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like he's often mistaken for a Na'vi.
I mean, that guy's still going. Have you seen? He's still got, and he's also got an Avatar car now as well. He's got a truck.
an avatar.
He's got an Avatar.
Thing is, at this point, it's just like it's a sunk cost fallacy, isn't it? Like he's balls deep. He's like,
You know the mo-
you've got to go all in or look like a fool. So
Yeah.
just go all
It's
in.
him and the Miley Cyrus. Did you hear about the Miley Cyrus guy as well? He was covered in Miley Cyrus tattoos. And someone on a chat, she went, "Have you seen Miley Cyrus guy's tattoos?" And she went, "Ooh." So the woman whose face is tattooed across his body finds it disgusting.
Oh, that's terrible.
Yeah, I think James Cameron would probably go, "Huh, cool," kind of thing, and like the Avatar guy.
I've got Jimmy Savile and Rolf Harris giving each other a high five on my back. And I'm just hoping that because it's 2009, I'm really hoping this never comes back to bite me.
I'm pretty sure people knew what was
I'm
happening.
pretty
with
sure everyone will be
Harris
like,
at
yeah, these two TV
Yeah.
legends.
Rolf
Like,
Harris, though, man, he painted the Queen, man.
I feel that came more out of left field than Jimmy Savile.
Yeah.
I think everyone knew about Jimmy Savile but didn't say it. But Rolf Harris was like, "Whoa, the guy from what was that called? The Animal Ark program or something."
In your gates.
Animal Hospital.
Animal Hospital.
Animal
Hospital.
Ark.
He was so friendly. Animal
You're
Hospital.
thinking about Noah.
Animal Ark was like badgers in my basement and.
Oh, it's good boy.
Desert.
What was that? Noah's Island.
Noah's Island.
Noah's Island. Always.
How have we segued into a Rolf Harris or any?
Luke's tattoo of Rolf Harris.
What? Okay, so.
So yeah, where were we?
What's
Avatar.
changed?
What's
changed?
number one?
What's
What's number
changed?
one?
Anything else
So-
changed?
Avatar is scrapped from the top 10.
I don't think it's got any
From the
cultural.
top 10. Whoa.
Completely.
I don't.
No,
really-
yeah, I kind of agree.
I don't think it's
Yeah,
got
I'm
any
with you.
cultural heritage.
So
Like, looking back, no one can
everything
remember
else
it.
has pretty much moved up one, and I've slid Inglorious Bastards in
Yeah.
at number 3.
That scene.
I don't
man.
know.
Everyone knows that Germans use their thumb to count to 3, don't they?
And everyone knows that strudel is delicious.
Strudel.
That's
It's-
strudel.
Oh, strudel.
Es schmeckt gut. Oh, take.
And if anyone offers you milk and a long conversation, you get out of there quick.
Yeah. No, honestly, that's one of the most tense scenes.
That opening
I've ever
scene is a
seen.
masterpiece work.
Yeah.
He's a master. Quentin
Yeah.
Tarantino's one of the masters. Unlike, who did I say? He wasn't a master. Sam Raimi.
How do we get into this sort of...
Sam's Wall of Masters.
How do we get into this?
It's just a picture
The
of...
Master Wall, brought to you by HYESers movies.
Is that Uwe Boll doing the intro?
Yeah,
It's Uwe.
Is Uwe Boll a
Uwe
master?
Uwe's a master.
Is it a master
A master of schlock.
something? Yeah.
Rob,
Okay,
what's number
cool.
one?
I just slid Let the Right One in up to number 1.
Okay.
Yeah, let them all. Yeah.
Nah, good film, man.
Give it that.
Just
And
link
did you-
into
did
last
you
week's
literally
episode.
let the right one in at number
I
one?
let the right one in at number 1.
Yeah.
I like
But
it.
get it.
link into last week's episode. There was a remake out in 2009 that I really enjoyed. Didn't make the top 10.
What was it?
The Taking of Pelham 1, 2, 3.
Okay.
John
Was that
Travolta.
2009?
That was 2009.
Have you seen the Taking of Pelham 1, 2, 3, the original?
The original, yeah.
With Mathau and everything.
But I thought
the remake is awful.
I
in
really
comparison.
enjoyed the remake.
Ugh, ugh.
Nah, it's a good film, the remake, man.
Have you seen
Good
the original?
solid film. No.
The original's a mate. I've got it. I'll lend it you. It's amazing.
Okay,
The,
good deal.
the original is it's a masterpiece.
Is it a masterpiece?
It's a masterpiece.
How do you get into this club, man? Do you go to secret meetings and stuff?
You got to meet them in the alleyway back there.
You have to become one of Sam's students.
One of us.
We're meant to save the
film industry, not destroy them.
You know what? I wish I could go, but I need to put Inglourious Bastards on my list. I think
Yeah, and
that would completely.
I only
that
watched
knocks-
it the other day.
yeah.
I said the other day, a few months ago, and I had no idea that he was completely changing history.
Yeah,
Kind of thing.
yeah.
And I think that's a good way to go because
Yeah.
I feel
It
like
was
we're
like-
missing out on a lot of films here. Like Paul Blart Mall Cop came out in 2009.
Huh.
That film has become such a meme since then. Have you seen the Paul Blart Mall Cop memes where people just add letters
I've never seen it.
and it's just become nonsense by the
I
end?
refuse to watch anything with Paul Blart in it, man.
you know what film was out in 2009?
What?
Fast and Furious.
Fast and Furious.
Fast and
the
Furious.
first one.
No, Fast and Furious, which I think was
The second one.
Fourth, I think.
fourth. Yeah,
fourth
this
one.
Came
Jesus.
after Tokyo Drift.
The trilogy makes no
Fast,
sense.
Fast and Furious
That's a good one.
That rebooted.
Yeah,
Fast
he
and
gave it
Furious,
some.
didn't
Yeah.
Gave it like some legs again.
It was
didn't
really,
Yeah.
really, really, really,
Gave it that
really
nitrous
boring.
boost.
Yeah, I
didn't
think
it,
it got to
man?
that
Yeah,
point
it was
and
5
they realised
that rebooted it. 5
Yeah.
was the one that was really strong.
You'd be really hard pressed in the last 10 years to find a year that was better than 2009 for film.
It's a really strong film.
What do you guys think
Yeah.
of
Star Trek, the JJ
yeah,
remake
yeah.
was out.
What do you guys think of The Hangover?
I think
That's on my
Hangover-
list, man.
I think it's a lasting comedy.
Yeah,
Hangover
yeah.
1 was really
That's
strong.
I think
enjoyed
Hangover
it a
1's
lot.
got legs. It'll last.
Yeah.
That film will be around forever.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
just, they should have left it. They shouldn't have done the other two.
Yeah.
I still listen to all the music from that film as well, man.
Luke, one of our favourite comedies, I Love You Man. Slubba da
Slap
bus.
of the bus.
That film is not funny.
Do you know what? I rewatched it recently. It's nowhere near as bad as I remember
Yeah.
it being.
I don't mind
it.
I actually quite liked it.
It's one of those that if I just want to put something stupid on, I'll put that on.
Yeah. Like, it was trying too hard back when I watched it, but I could just watch Paul Rudd in anything now. So,
And it has
Yeah.
a lot of rush in it.
I like Paul Rudd. I like
Sam?
Jason. What's his name?
Segel.
Jason Segel. I haven't done a top 10.
What films stand out from that year for you?
For me,
Anything
I
that's
think-
not been mentioned.
I think documentary-wise, The Cove is a masterpiece. If anyone hasn't seen it,
What's the
which
Master.
is about dolphin killing in
Oh, Japan.
a small town of Japan. So
Yeah, I remember
You're
that.
sick, Sam. You're
It's-
sick.
it's a masterpiece because it's like a reflexive. It's about how they make the documentary. So it's all about the process. Basically, they want to go and film and expose the fact that dolphins are killed. Maybe I think it's like 300,000 a year are killed, and they're herded into this cove in Japan regularly and murdered. And they want to try and prove that it happens, change people's minds in Japan, because in Japan people don't really care. They feed dolphin meat to the kids in schools. Kids are getting mercury poisoning left, right, and centre as a result.
Yeah.
And so to try and get in there, first off, they recruit a guy called Rick
Grimes.
something, Rico something. I'll find his name out in a moment.
Rico Stark.
Is that Rickon?
Ringo
Oh, is it
Starr.
Rickon?
Ringo Starr.
They get Ring- What's
Anyway,
with all these bloody
but this guy Rick, he's the guy who trained Flipper.
The voice of Thomas the
Flipper,
Tank.
Flipper, Flipper, faster than lightning.
Okay.
The original kind of TV dolphin. And that dolphin died in his arms due to the stress of just being in captivity.
Yeah.
And that day, he just literally went out and started freeing dolphins from captivity. He's been arrested hundreds of times. He's a proper activist, and he totally accepts what he did. He said, I literally built this industry over 10 years, and I've spent 50 years tearing it down.
Yeah.
So they recruit him. They recruit some of the greatest free divers in the world who can go underwater and plant mics and things. And they go to a movie studio, and they make little kind of cameras that look like rocks, and they hide them in the trees by night. It's basically a heist movie.
This sounds like a really.
It's
great.
Yeah, I
Sounds
really want to
interesting,
check
yeah.
It's
this
a
out,
heist
man.
movie mixed with a really moving story about trying to sort of save these great creatures. And it's a masterpiece, honestly. It's a great documentary.
No,
There's
I'm
been one
definitely-
since, which was like an answer as well on Netflix, which is by the fishermen from this area. I think it's called, I can't remember the name of the village now. It'll come back to me. I think it's Taiji in Japan. And it's about them. They basically say, this is our only industry. This documentary's come out and ruined our lives. And it's quite interesting to see from the other side as well.
Yeah, yeah.
But I'd
There's
really
always
recommend The
another
Cove.
side, isn't there? But
There
I
is.
mean, at the end of the day, you're kind of murdering dolphins.
There's a
and-
scene at the end when they show you. They don't even put music up. They just show you the dolphin slaughter in full, and it's just horrific. It's
So-
awful.
So where do you
It turns
sit
the
on-
whole cove like
Literally,
red,
the blood
purple.
runs. The blood turns an entire cove, like an entire area of the ocean, red, and it's horrible.
Yeah. So you're for dolphin.
I'm not for dolphin slaughter.
You
Yeah,
against?
I'm for
okay,
dolphin.
cool.
Yeah, it's.
I was.
Can we just go around, just Rob, Dolphin Slaughter? What your thoughts? Are you for or against?
After Sam's please, I'm against. now.
You're now against.
I'm now
yeah,
against,
You're
yeah.
Alex against.
I'm just against the Japanese, man.
Okay.
Those two
Yeah.
listens that we had in Japan, we're not getting any more now. That's it. You've just
Alex has
alienated
sold
an
his
audience.
Toyota.
No, I did. Yeah, it's gone. No, Luke, what about you?
You know what? I'm
Watch the
still,
documentary.
I'm undecided.
Watch the
I'll-
documentary.
Have you tasted dolphin?
documentary?
Yeah, it's great. If
No,
you get a
I've
chance,
not
watch
tasted.
The Cove. I think
Yeah.
it's on Amazon. I don't know
Dolphin.
if it's free. But it was free on Amazon Prime.
No, that's
It may
cool.
not be.
I'm gonna check it out.
But film-wise, the one that's really lasted for me is District 9. I
Yeah.
think District 9 is just going to hold up for all time. It's a
Proper
great film.
classic, isn't it?
Great I love sci-fi. It's a great sci-fi.
What do you guys think about like maybe like I always wanted a sequel to that.
Yeah, I was desperate.
As
for,
much as
actually,
I'd love one, I think you should just leave it now.
Yeah.
I think you should leave it.
I
you
think
should
in
leave it.
2009,
Like,
if you'd asked
It
me,
ends on the perfect
Yeah,
beat.
yeah, yeah.
Absolutely perfect. I
What's
don't want
Christopher Johnson's
Yeah,
flying off into
yeah.
space.
Well,
Vickers
Christopher
Van
Johnson.
Der Meer, yeah.
when we were doing like last week's episode, like District 9, it comes up time and time again. It's the one film where you need a sequel.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
I think when you do think
I almost
about it,
pitched a sequel. I thought
Yeah.
I'll pitch the sequel. I thought, you know what? I don't want one because it
Yeah.
ended
Yeah.
so well.
Yeah.
It's like Moon. I think Moon could have a sequel. Great, same year. Great film, but
It sort
I'm
of
glad
has.
it doesn't.
this is why
Yeah,
you always,
don't say that. Don't say Mute.
Mute.
Don't say Mute.
Yeah, Mute is a semi-sequel to
Yeah,
Moon.
it's an in-universe film, isn't
It's
it?
an in-universe film. Mute. I didn't hate Mute as much as everyone
No,
else
I don't
did.
hate it, but
But
it's just
it's
comparatively,
Not, yeah,
it just doesn't have
comparatively,
the magic.
it's a mess.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, to be honest, Sam Rockwell is just a god, isn't he?
he's amazing.
is he a master, Sam?
He's a
I
master.
think Sam Rockwell's
He's one of the master actors.
he's on the master actor.
Like, I mean,
I'm a master.
yeah. Any other films that we feel like we've missed in 2009? Any other
we said
recommendations?
Fantastic Mr. Fox.
Yeah,
I
we
think
said great.
that's probably one of the films from 2009 I've watched the most. I've watched it again and again and again.
If you want a real a left field choice, a film called Pontypool came out in 2009.
Yeah, good.
Which
As in the place.
Pontypool.
The radio film.
Sounds like Wales.
Is
FYI,
there a place called
Pontypool?
Pontypool?
Speaking of Wales,
It's not based on that.
the trainer of Flipper was Rico Barry, just to fill that
Barry,
blank
yeah.
in your minds.
Yeah. Pontypool. I went in cold again with this. I didn't know anything about it. It was on Netflix. It was every October I try and do like 31 horror films, just because I'm sad, and I wanted something
You're
new.
cool, man.
I wanted something new to watch, and I'd heard good things about this Pontypool, so I only saw this about 2 or 3 years ago. It's a really unique, original premise. It's
Canadian
something,
Pontypool,
it's
isn't
something
it?
you've never seen before. Don't read into it. Don't look into it. Just go in and just sort of let it unfold. It's a really interesting watch.
Just to tell Luke he's
Pontypool.
wrong, that was a 2008 film.
Was it?
Yeah, you watched it late though, I think.
Are you sure? I thought it was.
According to
2009.
IMDb,
Okay.
it's 2008.
What does IMDb know, man?
Yeah.
I think it knows the year that film comes out.
Let's
That's the whole
just-
thing,
let's
isn't it?
just-
That's the whole,
Let's
that's the whole
just
shtick.
LMDB. Luke's movie.
Did anyone
database.
else have their day ruined watching The Road?
I like The Road. It's great, but it is
It
a
was
depressing
so
film.
grim.
There's a scene when they go into the basement to get something, and they end up with like there's like a cannibal house. It's got people in the basement. That scene is just it's masterful.
Do you know what?
It was a brilliant film, but it takes a while to get over watching
It
it.
does. The book is even worse. Come on,
I don't think.
McCarthy.
Am I like you know me? Like
It's like a completely. There's at no point in the film does it give you any hope
Yeah,
that things
everything
are
is
going to
bleak.
go well.
I'm not gonna watch it.
It's like bleak thing happens, bleaker thing happens, bleakest thing.
I'm not
happens.
gonna watch it.
Then it's like too bleak, too furious. Bleaker thing happens.
it's not my style. There always has to be like a ray of sunshine.
No, there's no rays of sunshine. It's just
Oh,
bleak.
screw
Don't
that.
watch The Road.
Yeah, I feel. What about Law Abiding Citizen? I think it's great.
I think it's fun.
Yeah, I
never
love Law
saw it.
Abiding Citizen.
It's
man.
fun.
It's cool.
Gerard Butler.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, have we seen the trailer for his new film, which is in the Olympus Has Fallen, London Has Fallen? Is it
What's his name? Athena?
Athena has fallen?
Athens?
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
Athens.
He looks so old and tired. Like he's just doing it.
He sort of
because they forced him
adopted that
to.
like shop sandwich eating.
He's melting a little bit,
yeah,
isn't
Yeah.
Yeah.
The only thing
I
I've
think
ever
he's
liked of
struggling.
him was Gamer, which
He was great in
2009.
Gamer.
he? Yeah, it was about.
I think I said it earlier.
I think he was
I really enjoyed that. but-
perfect in 300, as much as it's not the best film.
Oh god, I
Is
hate
that-
300. That's
Is
Zack
that Zack
Snyder.
Snyder? Yeah.
So the master. Once again, the master, Zack Snyder. Yeah,
Zack Snyder's not a master.
yeah.
I don't know if you mentioned it earlier when you went through the animated films that year. Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs.
Yeah, good film.
Oh yeah, that's a really good film.
Mr. T.
Didn't
is
expect
very
that to be
in
good.
film.
Yeah.
It's been my favourite Mr. T film
Yeah.
after Rocky 3.
And his angel son Cal.
It's so good. Shows Mr. T
Yeah.
has really got a sense of humour.
I've got the top 10 grossing films
go
of
for it.
2009.
Come on,
Yeah.
proposal.
So, you all know number one.
Avatar.
Yeah. You want to hazard a guess at what it's on now, amount wise?
How much it's made?
Yeah.
2.7.
2.8.
Yeah, 2.7 something
Billion.
billion.
2.718, isn't it?
Number two,
Pass.
we haven't mentioned it so
Proposal.
far. No.
I don't know. Terminator Salvation.
No.
Oh,
It was Harry Potter and the Half-Blood Prince.
I never
Oh,
talk.
wow.
Screw Harry Potter.
Okay. Yeah. Harry Potter. We haven't mentioned that.
Number three was Ice Age.
Oh yeah.
Which one? The first one.
I think it might have been the second
I
one.
was gonna say I really love the first Ice Age film. The sequels I think I've seen. They're meh,
Yeah.
just typical meh. But the first one I think's got a lot of heart to it. I like it a lot.
Why are you smiling, Sam?
I've got a good list to do after Rob.
Okay.
I'm
okay.
gonna go-
You look so
So
happy.
I'll get through these quite
I'm
quickly.
going to go through the Razzies.
Number 4 was in Luke's list, Transformers: Revenge of the Fallen.
Yeah.
Number 5 was 2012, the disaster.
that was-
2012 is so bad.
No, with John Cusack.
It's not good.
No, that's all right, man.
It's just him in a plane for ages.
That's
No, I think it's all right. I
It
think
wasn't.
it's a good watch.
It wasn't
I
as
love
good
John
as The Day
Cusack.
After Tomorrow,
It's not
which
good.
itself wasn't that good.
I think
It's not even as good as San Andreas.
everyone told me 2012 was awful, and I watched it. And I was like, this ain't that bad.
Six.
It's all right.
It's not terrible, but it's
Yeah.
bad.
6 was Up.
Yeah.
Great film.
7, Twilight, New Moon.
Ugh.
You know what? I don't
Starring
hate Twilight.
Batman.
Thanks to one of our friends, I end up watching every single one of the Twilight films. Bar that I've never seen the last one. I've seen all but the last
Oh,
one.
you need to finish it.
I don't think I've
Thanks
seen
to
much.
Tom.
I think I've seen a bit of one. I think I've seen half hour of one. It's really, really creepy. Like, as in, this is an old man leching and perving and stalking on a little girl.
Kind of
Why?
Whole
like
film.
Let the Right One In
They
reversed.
look old enough.
Yeah.
Why do they go? Why do they go to high school? No one's been like, "Hey kid, why are you not at school?" No one can stop them. I don't understand that. Why do they have to hide at high school? Just say, "Oh yeah, we're 22. We just look a little bit younger."
Like, to
don't
be
know.
honest, like I've never watched any of them. I've got no
Things-
intention.
yeah,
Why
I'm
not
not,
go
I'm not
hang out
going to
in New
insult.
York?
Like, it was literally never made for me. Do you know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah.
So who cares? It's fine.
Shiny vampires.
Enjoy it, 13-year-old fat loser girl.
Yeah.
Sorry, I mean, sorry.
And me, I watched all but one of them.
Potential fat loser boy.
Number 8, Sherlock Holmes.
I liked it,
First-
man. I liked the first.
The first one's
Sherlock
okay.
Holmes.
I
It
fell
was the
asleep in the
first one.
cinema. I hated it.
Did you?
Yeah, I didn't like it at all.
I quite like. I mean,
That
I
was
used.
rubbish.
I thought it was all
There's
right.
there's a lot
I
of
saw-
bad films in this highest grossing list. Number 9, Angels and Demons. And then number 10, which isn't too bad, The Hangover.
Okay.
Hangover's top banana.
What list have you got, Sam?
I've got the Razzies. So of these films, which is the Razzie winner? In the Name of the King.
For worst, hang on. For
This is worst picture. In the Name of the King, Uwe Boll.
Uwe Boll. Yeah.
Hottie and the Nottie, which is a Regent film. The Happening, Disaster Movie, and Meet the Spartans as one, and The Love Guru, which was worst picture.
Yeah. Me and Sam went to see The Love Guru, and we stood up and walked out,
walked out.
within 4 minutes.
Is that Mike Myers?
I think I walked
Yeah.
out when Ben Kingsley, Sir Ben Kingsley, Oscar-winning actor Ben
Yeah.
Kingsley, British legend Ben Kingsley, was first of all his eyes were crossed because he'd masturbated too much, and then his crossed eyes were like fighting with buckets of piss with brooms in them.
You remember this way more than
Buckets
I did.
of piss with
I
brooms in them.
Yeah.
I need to see this.
It's laughably awful.
Yeah.
Vern Troyer, the little person who's in it, he is really pleased because he was cast in a role that was not usually expected for a little person, because he's the manager of a baseball team or a hockey team, and he was just really pleased to be playing a role that wasn't laughable. But every single line is a joke at his expense about being small. I don't understand where he got the kind of positive thing of I'm a football coach.
It's
I'm a
hardly
hockey
like
coach.
Peter Dinklage, is it?
Yeah, it's not. I feel so sorry
Yeah.
for him because he was really proud of
Yeah.
not playing like Mini-Me or playing like just a child or something. Okay, so I'm going to go through the rest. I'm not going to make you guess them. So it was Love Guru as the worst film.
Yeah.
Worst actor, Mike Myers is in Love Guru as Guru Maurice Pitka. Worst actress was Paris Hilton in The Hottie and the Nottie.
Screw Paris.
Worst
Hilton.
supporting actor, Piers Brosnan in Mamma Mia the movie. Worst supporting actress,
Paris Hilton's in Repo the Genetic Opera.
for which she won
Is she
Worst
good in
Supporting
it?
Actress.
Yeah, it's alright.
She won
She's the worst one in it.
She won Worst Supporting Actress as a Razzie for that.
Yeah, she's the worst one in it.
Yeah, she's a freeloader, man.
She was worst screen couple in The Hottie and the Nottie as well. The worst prequel, remake, rip-off or sequel, was it Star Wars The Clone Wars, Speed Racer, Disaster Movie Meet the Spartans, The Day the Earth Stood Still, or Indiana Jones and the Kingdom of the Crystal Skull?
Was that 2009?
Apparently so.
No, it wasn't. It's because it's like
For the year before.
year before, isn't it?
Yeah.
They're going to say Crystal Skull because they're horrible. Aren't
Crystal
they?
Skull.
I love Crystal
Worst
Skull.
director was Uwe Boll for 1968 Tunnel Rats, In the Name of the King, and Postal. He must have made 3 films over the last year before that.
That was Statham, wasn't it? Name of the King.
No,
Yeah.
it's bad. It's
I've
very
not
bad.
seen it, no.
Worst screenplay was The Love Guru, and worst career achievement was Uwe Boll, who they say is Germany's answer to Ed Wood, which I think is giving him far too
That's
much
giving him a
space.
little
Yeah.
bit
Ed
too
Wood
much,
is
yeah.
Edward's a master.
Master.
He's
Hang
a
on,
master.
hang on.
He's
It
a
seems pretty easy to get into master territory. The only qualification you need is to not be Sam Raimi. Like,
Yeah, there we go. Yeah.
So yeah, that's the Razzies that year. 2009 was an interesting year.
So I think, like Rob was saying, I think 2009, all in all, was a really strong year.
It was
We got
brilliant.
Alex's list actually.
Well, I just had The Hangover, The Proposal, Couples Retreat.
Which one was the
Proposal.
proposal?
Was that Ryan Reynolds?
Sandra Bullock.
Ryan Reynolds.
Was that
Sandra Bullock.
2009?
That's a
Yeah,
funny
yeah.
film.
Okay,
That's
I've
quite
seen
funny.
I think
that.
it's
Yeah.
I think that's really
Underrated,
underrated.
yeah, it's
Actually.
funny.
I'm
No, I
glad it's
enjoyed
sad
that.
we didn't mention
Sandra
it in the
Bullock
Ryan
is
Reynolds
she's good at
episode.
comedy. She should do more comedy.
Betty White is amazing in it as well.
Okay.
She, like
I don't remember her being in it, but yeah.
From the Golden Girls.
Betty White.
Oh, she's a
Is she
golden
one of
girl,
the-
yeah.
Is she?
That's
Is
what
she?
she's most famous for.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay, cool. I don't know about you guys. I never watched The Golden Girls.
What?
I've seen a few
I used to watch
episodes
when I
on
was little.
TV.
Did you?
Yeah.
It's probably the most important cinematic / TV experience of our
It was,
lives.
I never felt that it was weird as like a 6-year-old boy. So
Yeah.
that I really enjoyed watching these 3 old women in there.
Are they old in it? Like
They're-
olden girls?
They're literally the golden girls because they're old, yeah.
Yeah.
Golden oldies.
Their golden
Really?
years,
That's the whole point
yeah.
of it, yeah.
Ah, that sounds alright.
Which,
actually.
but they made it like 30 years ago, something. And Betty White
Yeah.
is still going, isn't she?
Yeah.
yeah, she's
She's
Like,
immortal.
they
Immortal.
cast her as an old lady.
Yeah, she's immortal.
She's still
But
going.
that's like, what's her name now? Dame Maggie Smith. When I watched Hook, I was like, oh, she's old.
Yeah.
And she's still going.
She looks younger now than she did in Hook.
Maggie Smith is
And Max
eating
von
unicorns.
Sydow as well, because
Yeah.
he was most famous for like, The Exorcist, and people are like, oh, he's old.
I feel
And
like he was
ju-
old.
He looks old,
Yeah.
as old now as
I
he
feel
did
like
in the
he was
70s.
old when he made Ingmar Bergman films.
Yeah,
And he's
yeah.
still going. It's like,
It's
yeah.
crazy.
Are we like? Is it right to be like questioning whether someone should still be alive based on their age?
I mean, Stanley, yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
I was about to say outstayed his welcome. I don't mean that at all. I love Stanley, and
He
it
had
was,
a
a real,
good
it was a real
innings.
shame that he was gone. But he always felt like he was on borrowed time. Like
Yeah.
he was always just
How old?
there.
How old is like? At what age should we be like sort of saying you've had enough?
I think
120. What's there's a famous dad who's still alive, isn't it?
we
talked about
Kirk
Michael
Douglas.
Douglas's dad's
Kirk Douglas is still alive. Kirk Douglas.
Yeah.
He looks like a skeleton.
He was in Spartacus in 1960 and he's still going strong.
Wasn't he born not long after the Titanic sank?
I think he might have been on the Titanic and he survived it. Like the other day, it's like, oh, Doris Day's died. Was anyone here just shocked to find that she was alive until that day?
Yeah.
I thought she died like 30 years ago.
Do you know who I was surprised that died? Crash Holly. He died in 2003.
Who?
Crash
The wrestler?
Holly. Yeah. WWE.
I'm not surprised. Did you see Crash Holly?
Yeah, he was a
Wrestlers
bit
don't live
crazy.
longer. The wrestlers tend to be like 50 and they go.
Yeah.
Like,
I was just
they
well,
lead
I
tough
was,
lives.
On this cheery subject, celebrities who died in 2009.
Oh,
Here we
yeah.
go.
I
The
think I know
brightest
one.
star burns
Patrick
twice as bright.
Swayze from Point Break.
Roadhouse.
And that was a big loss. Brittany Murphy. I rewatched Drive the other day.
Didn't she die because of black mold?
What?
I'm
Did
sure she died because there was black mold in her house. Yeah.
Oh god.
She's brilliant.
You
In
got
it.
black mold.
Guys, like,
Just
I
to
love
keep an eye on you.
Like,
Who else?
Just
Farrah
get some Mr.
Fawcett.
Muscle.
David Carradine. Oh, do you remember that? Wasn't he asphyxie wanking in a couple in Thailand?
We don't talk about that. We say he died. He just died doing
Kill
what he
Bill?
loves.
He died doing
That's
what
why I
he
said
loves.
like David Carradine the other day
Yeah,
to you.
yeah.
Yeah.
Shit.
John Hughes.
so that was a
Died.
close call then.
Oh. Edward
Who else?
Woodward.
Patrick McGowan from
The Prisoner.
Yeah, Edward Woodward. Henry Gibson, who was he was our old landlord when we first moved out.
Oh,
in
from
the
the
Burbs.
Burbs.
From the Burbs. Yeah,
Jesus.
when we
Let's not say his name out. On
when we
the podcast.
first
He never
moved
listens to
out,
it.
our landlord was
I imagine-
exactly like what's his name, Mr. Klopek
Mr. Klopek.
from the Burbs.
Dr.
He
Klopek.
scared the crap out of
I
us.
don't want to say his name in case he comes to my house today and says, "Put that banana." skin
Although he
His
always
name
wanted,
was
he always wanted to come
Ronald.
out.
Ron.
He always wanted to take us out for a drink. Who else died? Pat Hingle. He played. Wasn't he Commissioner Gordon in in the Michael Keaton Batman?
God,
Well, who else died?
we got so morbid, didn't we? Like,
I know. It's when we started talking about the road.
Yeah.
It does something to
Yeah.
you.
You need to watch the road. I might have it.
It's just bleak. But no, 2009, fantastic year. Not for those people, obviously, but in film, yeah, really good. So go back and visit 2009.
And if you
watch
are
some
going back
films.
to 2009, do not get on any boats or planes with someone who looks like Tom Cruise. Not Tom Cruise, Tom Hanks.
Why?
You probably found because he was Sully
Oh yeah, you
and
said
Captain Phillips.
you opened the episode on it. It was a.
It was a
you,
little joke.
you were bringing it full
It
circle.
was a little joke.
I see what you were doing. Yeah.
You probably found with Tom Cruise.
Hang on, Alex doesn't want us to end the episode.
No,
he's going to say something.
Alex, this has been really funny. This is so funny.
We're going to end the episode on a real high here. You
This
ready?
is so hilarious.
Whatever he
Let's
says,
build it
we're
up.
just going to stop recording
Let's
right
really
after.
build it
Ready? And...
The Hangover is the most culturally successful film of 2009.
You're invited to my party.
Find out how good you are.
Eat one lousy foot, they call you a cannibal.
So, fast forward 10 years. You're no longer in 2009, it is
I've got pubic
2019.
hair.
Oh, yeah!
Yeah.
We can't say anything inappropriate anymore because
Yeah.
it's 2019.
Woo.
We're all woke. Luke, spin that spinner. Let's decide what is coming next.
Right, here we go, guys. So, oh, hang on. I need to...
There's a few good options
yeah.
on there.
Hang on. No. Here we go. Let's try it again. Astral just spin. It wasn't because I didn't like that choice. But the next episode is going to be... What do you think is the best video game adaptation? Thanks for
Crash
finishing that,
Bandicoot.
All right.
Crash
Now,
Bandicoot the
this
movie
is- this
starring
is
Ryan
films
Reynolds.
that actually exist. This is going to be quite quite appropriate now because Sonic's just been
Detective
pushed
Pikachu,
back
Sonic.
to what 2020.
Yeah, that's true.
they
Because it
cocked
looked
up.
awful.
Aren't we getting a Mario movie in the next few years as well? I saw
Are
something
we?
about that. Yeah.
Yeah. So
Can't be
I need
better
to
than the
go
old
back,
one.
I'm not.
have a look at what's actually been adapted. But yeah, sounds like a good episode.
Do we have
Uwe
to
Boll
watch the Mario
has done
and
a few.
Luigi film?
You've got it's
have to.
mandatory that before we record again, you go and watch Mario.
You know, I've not-
starring John
I've-
Leguizamo and Bob Hoskins.
I've not seen that for a long time. I might give it a rewatch.
I think I might give it a rewatch. Yeah.
Should we get together and
Yeah.
rewatch Mario?
Man, we've got
Super
some,
Mario
we've got
Brothers,
some
isn't
real
it?
crap to watch over the next few weeks. Yeah.
See you next week, guys. Make sure you remember to like, subscribe, sign up, give us a review.
Tell us what you think.
Tell us
Yeah.
what your favourite films of 2009 were, and actually give us some hints on what you think might be the best video game movies.
Yeah. Nice
See you next time. Or
Bye.
hear from
See you later.